demandé aussi des gens de sponsoriser des enfants pour qu'en Inde ils puissent aller à l'école.
We're trying to bring the culture of India back to its original form.
Nous voulons redonner à l'Inde sa culture originale en fait.
So to protest and also to start educating the children in a different way.
À la fois protester et à la fois aller vers un projet d'éducation.
Very nice. Very nice project.
And one reason I come here is just to get all your blessings.
Et juste, je suis venu ici à cause de vos bénédictions.
Because then Krishna will certainly arrange.
Et Krishna a certainement arrangé cette situation.
Who wants to know the price in dollars or in euros?
Well, it's being produced in London, so whatever the exchange rate.
L'abbiamo prodotto a Londra, quindi qualunque so 190
£5. That's for everything. That's for 83 books and 3 pens and also talking stickers and many other things. But it will be 3 separate packs. But whatever the currency exchange rate is at the time. So thank you very much.
Please, I need that book back that you took out the door. Ask him to give me
So education is an essential element of every endeavor in this world, and starting with the smallest is so important. And one person asked me today, do you have another WVA CD? And actually I said, no, we don't. And I was wrong. We did make another WVA CD. It's called the Saraswat Gaudiya Darshan. And we will show this after the noon break. After we break for Prasadam, we will show this here. It's 25 minutes. And unfortunately, I didn't bring copies here. I spaced it out to give you all copies. But maybe we can get some copy today. Krishna Kirtan maybe can try this. It's a very beautiful DVD with something very interesting about all the great acharyas in our sampradaya. There's, in the realm of education, I also dare to say something, which is, here we are talking about the awareness of the children. But nowadays, education is also about the awareness of the adults about many things which we do. Still many adults don't know what's the impact of junk food. I've seen many devotees feed their children junk food. Not so much in Europe, it's maybe a little bit down. They're a little bit more cautious about it, but in many places. There are certain things which we don't know. And there is many investigations which you can educate yourself more. This is coming in our second subject here of our meeting today. It's called, what is the Vaishnava responsibility in front of the environmental crisis? I have proposed this because I've also worked since last 15 years with the environmental committee of the World Vaishnava Association. And I've recently taken a course with Dr. Vandana Shiva in Dehradun about the situation of the seeds in the world, and studying myself since years and also producing different documentaries or using and translating documentaries such as The Future of Our Food. I just want to make a short little question. Who has seen The Future of Our Food of the persons present here? Anybody has seen it? Next question. Who has seen of you the documentary called Dirt, the movie? And there's one more. This is very interesting. It is called gas land. What is natural gas doing to natural earth? We hear natural gas and it sounds like a great relief. It sounds like, oh God, no more oil pumping. Now we get natural gas. But what they do to get natural gas? Anybody has seen the gas land? So there are certain things as far as information you don't get on TV, you don't get on the newspaper. You only get that information if you start researching on your own. If you really make it an issue. And unless you do that, you just won't know. So the Environmental Committee of the World Vaishnava Association is working on many levels wherever we can encourage. I have to give one very special recognition to one devotee, Chanchalapati. He is from Bangalore and he managed to accrue 3,000 organic farmers in south of India and to create a cooperation where they export all the organic food produced by the 3,000 farmers. Made actually a major endeavor. Something which on small scale every temple really should have. Every temple should have a communication with the organic farmers locally. This is of course from my side an investigation, a proposal, but for example, if you have an organic farm, what about the seeds? Where do you get the seeds? What do you do about seeds? Vandana Shiva opened a wonderful project in the spirit of Gandhi. It's called the Seed Bank. So they have seeds in their farms, and if you want to get seeds from them, they give them to you on lean. You get the seeds, and when you harvest, you have to return 1.5 times what you received in form of seeds again. To propagate organic seeds. You see, we are eating corn. In every temple you see people eating corn, rice, and so many other products. Do you know where they come from? Do you know the qualities of the seeds which have been used? Do you care for it? Well, if you're in the spirit of Srila Prabhupada, you have to care about it, because Srila Prabhupada made a very big effort to inform devotees about the circumstances of our modern farming techniques, and Prabhupada made it a point that we should change them by creating self-sufficient farms and things like that. Now, I know it's not an easy job to do, and many devotees have tried and maybe have not been so successful. Nevertheless, the effort should not stop. So if anybody's interested in this type of work and he wants to find out what's the latest, you know, some people have found out, some people have already shared these things, I know, but like I can show you in our South American preaching, we have made a great effort to spread out the vegetarian messages about the need of protecting animals and all that. Basically the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, but based by documentaries and information about what's going on in the world right now. Because I tell you, the greatest asset of this society is ignorance. The more ignorant your people are, the better for the system to keep propagating itself. So unfortunately, besides chanting the holy names of Krishna and worshipping Lord Krishna, we have become aware that ignorance is just so rampant that even so-called knowledgeable people often don't know anything about seeds, food, earth, gas, this and that. And you may wonder, should we bother them? Or should we just tell them, keep chanting Hare Krishna happily and don't bother about all these things? But our gurus have bothered. Otherwise, why did Prabhupada tell us such things? That make self-sufficient farms, protect the cows, don't use chemicals on the land. you know, vegetarianism and not using chemicals, all these things go hand in hand. So therefore, if you're interested in participating, I invite you to our key websites. Key website is the originalkingdom.org and sub-website spoonrevolution.org. You can go there and you will find out all the material which is necessary. All what the man has to know to not live ignorantly in this world. You can find there. These pages and these works are in constant development, and you can translate, you can use anything you find there. They're all donated resources. If you want to make your friends aware, you want to tell. Plus, like we have one practical problem. I think all of you must have faced it. For example, the sugar issue. When Srila Prabhupada started to preach, he didn't make much of an issue of sugar. Because there was only white sugar, there was nothing else available in that time. And Prabhupada wanted to spread Krishna consciousness. But what happened later? The whole world started becoming aware of the poisonous effect of white sugar. And many people coming to our temples, they were asking, do you use white sugar in the preparations which you offer to Krishna and you are giving to us? And then if you had to say, yes, we use white sugar, then the people started thinking, oh, these Vaishnavas don't seem to be very knowledgeable about what to eat and what not to eat. So it happened that the best people, those who are aware, those who are conscientious, started thinking that we don't know, while we are supposed to be the teachers of what's right and what's wrong in the life. Because Dharma means what's right and what's wrong. Do the right, stop the wrong. So in this way, if our movements don't have some evolutionary element where we are living up to the requirements and discoveries of our modern society, we have a danger of becoming outdated at certain point. When people say, yeah, they have a nice intention, but they never read another book afterwards, and so they don't know what's going on. GMO is one of those things. So the environmental committee of the World Vaishnava Association has made it a goal of itself to communicate to also the different Vaishnava missions what is there to be known, what is there to be taken in consideration, and we happily share this with all of you. This is very important. As a matter of fact, one of these things we are going to try to teach, and that brings us to another chapter which I will explain later, which is higher education in our Vaishnava tradition. One of the things we are going to teach in higher education is awareness, environmental awareness, and what to do. Of course, number one topic of all is vegetarianism. Because every person in the world, when he becomes a vegetarian, he makes a statement and he proposes a change. But then there's many other things, especially as far as food is concerned. If you're a vegetarian but you don't care whether it's organic or not, I must sorry to say you are offering some poisonous things to Krishna. It's not very charming to say, and much less charming to do. But if you have the option of offering organic stuff, like I see Tapasvi Maharaj has an organic field right here in the back of his beautiful mandir. So if we have the option, we should promote it. We should promote the organic farmers, because otherwise we will also teach the wrong thing to our children. That means to stay in ignorance and not to care about it. I mean, I realize I myself have many temples to take care of. I realize the implications are complicated. It's not so easy to do everything perfect. I'm not pointing in a finger here at anyone, because 3 fingers point back at you, so I don't want to do that. But there's definitely a lot of progress to be made. And here in Europe, we should be very conscientious about it, because Europeans are conscientious.